I made a little adventure over to Wicks Aircraft today. Does it sound okay? Yeah, it's working. It should be. I needed, because I don't want to wait till tomorrow when I get that bagging stuff to get this mold going. I went and got some bagging material and some more fiberglass. I gotta hand it. Them guys over at Wicks Aircraft really fixed me up. They have a shelf as you walk in the door. It's a make an offer shelf, and they had this box, and in this box was everything I need. Everything. So we're gonna unbox it, and because they don't even know what's in it, and they're gonna watch this video. Now, if you want casting, resins, dope, whatever you want, make sure to use the discount code STUNT10 and fix them guys up over at Wicks. It's well worth it. All right, so let's look and see what we got here. Let's change the view. Okay, the first thing we got, and I bought some more. I bought a roll of breather cloth. I got 2 bundles of breather cloth. I got some a yard, almost 2 yards of nylon cloth, which could be used as peel ply. Same stuff as this here. It's not very. I got regular peel ply, so but you could use this as peel ply. We got a bag of glass, or 1 yard of glass. $75 it says on here. $75. Or might be the part number. I don't know. But this is pretty heavy. I'd say this is 8-ounce cloth. Use that to back the molds up with. We got some trash here. I don't know what that is. We got some of the high dollar flexible bagging material. That's what we're going to use today. So far, 2 packages of that. We got some peel ply. The right stuff, the right peel ply. I got a piece of some type of nylon tape. I don't know. I don't know what I can use this for, but we'll think of something. Got a piece of carbon fiber. That'll do 1 wing or a fuselage or something. Remember, I only paid $40 for this box. We got 1 yard of some more of that. And I think it's some type of covering material, but we'll use it as peel ply. Got a yard of e-glass. RAS 177, whatever that is, 1 yard. Another yard of that peel ply stuff that we'll use. Another yard of medium peel ply stuff. This feels like 2 yards, 4 yards of the same stuff. Look at that. We got a roll of fiberglass. This is heavy. Fiberglass cloth. 1 roll. It's about a foot wide. We got lots of hairs and stuff in here. I got a roll of this. I don't know what this is. This is some type of twill. It's glass, but it's unidirectional fiberglass. This is 5 yards of whatever that nylon stuff was. They got a lot of nylon stuff. Another yard of that nylon stuff. I'm gonna have to search that part number SF102, make sure what it is. We got some Kevlar. This will probably do a 15 or 20, maybe more than that, of the elevator stabilizers on the Perkies for the hinges. Now, some more fiberglass. This is heavy stuff. This is good for mold making. I did buy some stranded fiberglass while I was over there, a roll of it. Here's some more trash. Oh, we got something unwinding here. Here's another 2 yards of that same cloth, except this is not twill. It's over under 2 under herringbone style, or I don't know what you call that. I got enough stuff to make a bunch of stuff. Yard and a half of the stuff. I don't know. I probably got about 10 yards of this. No, I got a fitting. I got the right fitting for my. I had to pay for this, but the right fitting for this, so we can get rid of this bogus thing that I made. Another yard of that nylon. Three yards. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this shit. We'll put all this stuff back. Oh, here's some more vacuum bagging stuff. Stretch-a-lon vacuum bag. This is 2 yards. Now, if you guys want to buy some more vacuum bagging stuff, if you guys want to buy vacuum bagging stuff or fiberglass or whatever, the fiberglass that I use, the 1 ounce fiberglass, is $6 a yard, and it comes on a roll that's 5 foot. I don't know. I'll show you a roll, but you know the big rolls that I normally undo. Now they're not going to be able to ship that to you on a roll. They're going to have to fold it up and put it in a bag. But he used the code STUNT10, and for $6 you got enough fiberglass to build 20 airplanes. Fiberglass in the nose. There's another yard of that stuff. I do not know what that stuff is. 5 more yards of that. I think this is aircraft covering. I got some more glass here. We're going to separate the glass. We'll take this covering out. I don't know what that. Ooh, this is good glass. This is 2 yards of super fine. That'll be good for skins. This here is this. That's it. Stuff there. And another 2 yards of. No. 1 yard of fiberglass. We'll take this aircraft covering stuff and put it out in the garage because I won't need this. At least not yet. I don't know what to do with it. Might be good for a scale airplane. Anybody looking for scale covering? I got it. So along with this video, the unboxing of this box, we're gonna lay up my mold and get it ready to go. So, yard of that, we don't need this. 5 yards, that's 7 yards there. This is 8 yards of the same stuff. We're gonna keep this in here. 8, 3 more yards, that's 11. Keep the glass here. Keep the glass. Keep the glass. Keep the Kevlar. 11. 12. 17. This is 5 yards. That's 17 yards of covering so far. Let's keep this glass in here. 17. 21 yards, because this is 4 more yards of it. That's 21 and a half, because this is a half yard. 21, 22 and a half. We'll keep the glass in here. 22, 23, 23 and a half yards of, oh, there's more. 23, 24 and a half yards of SF102C, whatever that is. So now we've we don't yet. I want to save these scrap. Need to figure out how to unwind this fraying that's coming off of here. I guess cut it. He told me that a guy ordered a roll of fiberglass and then wanted a foot cut off of the end of the roll, and that's why it's like this. I'm gonna have to find some more room to put this shit. Another box. Hey, 20. What did I say? 27. Here's a yard and 7/8. But so there's about 30 yards of covering in there of that aircraft plus this 30. This is just a piece 30. So I think I made out like a bandit. There you go. Polyester Dacron fabric. $30 yards of it. That's ridiculous. $40 box. Well, it seems pretty heavyweight. I mean, I think it's for covering real airplanes. I don't know what to use that for. But I got a lot of this, many yards of this heavier glass for mold making. Yeah, I got it. Like I say, if you guys order fiberglass fabric from Wicks, they're not going to be able to ship it on a roll, but they'll fold it into a bag like this and ship it to you. This is pretty heavy here. This is 1 yard, and it weighs this will be for mold making. Obviously, I won't build an airplane out of this, but it weighs 18 ounces for 1 yard. So whatever that works out to, I don't know. We got the Kevlar. There's a hole in this piece of cloth. Well, we don't care about that. It weighs 18 ounces, so these are the same. Steve, find out what RA5277 is. This is 2 yards. And it weighs 18 ounces. RA5277. Then we have a roll of RA5177. That's 19 ounces for that. 2 yards. It's 1.5 yards, and it weighs 10 ounces. I don't know how many yards is in this, but this is $8 a yard. This is probably 2 yards. SL200. It's the bagging stuff. And then we got 3733, which is 10 ounces. These will make great molds. Here's 2 yards of the fine shit, the 180. It weighs 4.6 ounces. Another yard of that 177 shit. It weighs 8 ounces, so that's 8-ounce cloth. Another piece of carbon. Now they had twill there. I didn't care for the weave that they had. I want 1 under, 2 over, or vice versa, 2 over, 1 under, so that I can skew the glass. But I gotta say, all in all, I'm extremely happy with my Mystry box. I just kind of looked in it and went, yeah, that'll work. So we got the bagging film, 4 yards, 8 yards of that SL200, and some peel ply. And Kevlar and glass. We're in great shape. breather cloth. I need to clear off the bench because we're gonna bag this thing up and pour a mold or lay one up, whatever. Kevlar, carbon. No, I get those rolls of carbon. But hell, there must be 40 foot of glass on this roll. We'll make something out of it. Make some cowls, make whatever. We will make some stuff. Okay, this angle placement also, let's see, bidirectional material. RA5277, yeah. .8 ounces a square yard. 54 E-glass. Perfect. That's perfect. Perfecto. Okay, we already had the glass and the stuff cut for this, so we're not going to worry about that. We're going to worry about laying it up and getting it bagged down. But I do have to cut the glass a little smaller because I bought 2 rolls of regular vacuum bag tape. Now, the one guy over there, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but if you call up and ask for Scott, he's the owner. Eric is the manager. There's one guy, he helped me, and I can't remember his name. He knows all about molding. Ask for him if you're doing any molding jobs. Let's fix this right first. I should call over there and find out his name. That way we get him credit. I need to write these names down. This is something that I made, and it worked, but this is much better. Much more better. I get home, we got the police helicopter circling overhead, just like Los Angeles. You'd think St. Louis was just as bad as LA. There we go. Now I'm going to show you guys a trick on thread taping. When thread taping, take this here and twist it into a string, like so. Start at the top. Get it into each thread. This is worth the price of admission right here. Learn how to do this right. Go all the way down. Then, after you go get all the threads filled up with this tape, you flatten it out. And cover them up. Don't cover the hole though like that. And that's the way to get no leaks. Then you tighten it up till it strips and back it off a half a turn. You couldn't get that strip without a vise and big pipe wrench if you tried. So that's it. That's on there solid. But what do I know? I'm just a dumbass. That's extremely handy for brake jobs, brake lines, doing shit like that. Except, if you're going to do brake lines, use MSAN tapered fittings, double flare or whatever. But that will work on high pressure hydraulic. Vacuum, I don't know, but I know it works on high pressure hydraulic. Okay, the first thing we got to do is I got to recut this material. The reason being is I'm going to go around the outside of this with this butyl tape, or whatever you call this crap, high temp vacuum bagging tape. And I'm going to put this right there instead of doing a whole tube. Like I got that coming tomorrow. So you don't want the material into the fiber, into the tape. So you got to cut it short. I guess I could put the tape on there, leave the backer on it, and cut it so it's inside. It cannot overhang the tape. Let's do that. That may work. I don't know. Now you want to start at the center of a long run. When you get to the corner, you just want to break it and turn it. Break the paper and turn it. You don't want to have any I'm going to have one non-stop piece of tape going all the way around. Yeah, I got PVA on this. I don't know if it's going to work. Looks like it's pulling the PVA up. Yep. So let's redo this. We're going to scratch off. Come on now. We're going to scratch off the PVA. I don't want no stinking leaks. Leave the PVA on the wings and scratch it off on the outside of this, and I'll brush it on, I guess. One more step to do. But I got all the right stuff to do it right this time. I even got the chopped fiberglass to make this thing thick. That wasn't included in the mystery box. That was just about 8 yards, I think, glass and that big chop. I have to look at the invoice, but it don't matter. So what I'll do here is I'll put the tape on it, leave the protective thing on it, and I'll shoot PVA on this again, another coat. And then we'll lay the glass down, put the bag on it, take the tape off and lay the bag. There's not really a right way or a wrong way to do any of this stuff as far as procedure goes, is from what he tells me at Wicks. There's so many ways to do it, and each guy does it different. Okay. We shall see if it works. I gotta tell you, that tape is really sticky. It's like clay. I can tell you that's better already. That is better already. I think it went around the wrong way. Better already. Will I have any of these ready for Brodak? I have no idea. This is a lot of work. I hope to. I hope to sell some at Brodak, or at least sell some parts, fuselages and wings and crap like that. We might end up having a leak there. There's some stupid PVA on there. Maybe not. I hope this works. I'm tired of monkeying around. I guess I could just wax that right there. Or do I want to fold it over and make a bag? I've got to get some PVA on this. Otherwise, the epoxy will stick to the board. Get some wax on it, I guess. I am totally out of my wheelhouse here. I'll tell you what, if this thing would have been made out of wood, I'd have had 2 airplanes done by now. Yep, 2 airplanes done by now. Fortunately, the PVA is all mixed up already. Just shoot it on there and go. We need a piece of that paper to cover these corners so it doesn't get any PVA on the tape. And the thing that will get you guys is I'm going to remake this again. I'm going to make this wing. I'm going to pull apart. I'm going to make a positive and then sand it till it's perfect and then redo a mold off the one I make off of this. That way it's perfect. We're not going to have anything less than perfect. I got to wait a minute for this glue to, or wax to kind of dry off. And then I'll buff it and I'll shoot it with PVA and we'll do the layup. What do I know? I don't know shit. Just ask anybody. We're going to put some tape on the corners, you know, some pieces on the corners. At least that's what it showed on the video. But need to save them from getting any shit on them as much as possible. Got to make it as sticky as you can. So we got wax on it. Now let's buff it off. I'll shoot it with PVA. I think I'm going to cut it way short. It'll be fine. Let me shoot this with PVA and I'll be back in a second. Crap. Okay, now we gotta wait for this to flash off. I wonder if I cut these pieces the same size. Just make them a little bigger than my wing. I got to get me some electric scissors. That's what they were cutting fiberglass with. Okay, there's a wing. Move now. I guess we'll go around. Keep going around this way. Okay, there's that. We can add this in. Yeah. So we got these two pieces. This one's not quite long enough, but that's okay. Why it is long enough. Get over there. Well, I'm waiting for somebody to chime in and tell me I'm doing it wrong. It's usually the way it works on YouTube. All I can say is, we'll see. Okay. I think it's small enough. I might just add all these scraps into the mold. Strengthen it up. But I do have that, I don't know what you call it, bi-directional or, the chopped carbon. Let's see if this is dry. Not really. So here we go. We got to wait. Hurry up and wait. I wish this damn resin dried faster too, because this mold won't be ready to take out until tomorrow. I'd like for it to be ready in an hour. That'd be great. Then we can start pulling parts. Let me call over to Wicks real quick. Call Wicks Aircraft.
Calling Wicks Aircraft Supply. Our office hours are Monday through Friday.
Yeah, you guys are off jerking around.
If you know your party's extension, you may enter it at any time. For sales and customer service, there were no matches. Thank you for calling Wicks Aircraft Supply. Thank you for calling Wicks Aircraft. All of our operators are currently assisting other customers.
Sure they
Please
are.
remain on the line for the next available operator, or please try calling back later. Thank you. Wicks Aircraft, how can I help you?
Yeah, this is Sparky. I just was in there. Who is the guy who was helping me with the fiberglass resin and stuff?
That would be
Zach. Is he? I'm online right now. I wanted to make sure to give Zach credit. Can you get Zach for me?
Yeah,
okay. Now this kid's real knowledgeable.
All of our operators operators are currently assisting other
You
customers.
guys aren't
Please remain on the
assisting
line to
shit.
the next available operator, or please try calling back later.
Hello?
Wicks Aircraft, Zach here.
Zach, this is Sparky. Stunhanger?
Yeah, how you
Good.
doing?
I did the unboxing video. I'm online now. I wanted to make sure to give credit to the right guy because I'm telling people that, you know, won't need resin or glass to call you. What kind of modeling do you do?
I actually owned a hobby shop for a couple of years that specialized mostly in free flight, tailspin aviation. But I shut that down when China started getting into the market. Went back to school for engineering.
Right.
But yeah, I fly RC.
Say hello to the guys on Stunhanger. You're live online right now. Yeah.
Wow.
All right,
Hello,
Zach.
everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate your help today, and I'll make sure that the guys know Stunt 10 and to talk to you about all their hobby needs. All right, Zach. That's it. Thanks. Bye. There you go. Kid's name is Zach. He's probably 30, maybe 35. I don't know. Yeah, a whole lot younger than I am, but he knows what he's talking about as far as this molding crap goes. He got me fixed up. We're still kind of tacky on the PVA. Wonder if I can blow over it and get it to dry. Everything takes so damn long. Dry here, dry that. Wait for the dope to dry, wait for the glue to dry. That helps. I can tell it's drying right up. That's it. Oh, dry up here, not down here. Let me hit this again. There we go. Dry now. He's dry now. Now I got to mix some epoxy. So it takes 100 grams. At least it did last time. Still haven't found my stabilizer. Of course, I think I'm going to remake it. I think it's going to be a carbon fiber balsa setup. I'm not gonna go into that in the mold making of the stab. I'm just gonna use a balsa. It's a flat stab anyway. Okay, what did I do with the scale? I just was using it right here. It's over there. This one-piece wing is a far superior idea than the four-piece wing that I had before. So thanks to Doran on that. 100. Man, this stuff's nasty. I better get some gloves on. It's nasty. So the schedule is make this mold, pull one part, sand it, make it perfect, make another mold from that one. Just the way it goes. I mean, unless these look exceptionally well the first go around, but I don't think so. I needed tooling board to do a super plug. And that primer I use, that automotive primer, remember, it does not stick to dope. Good primer, but it does not stick to dope. Because I got a couple pull-offs here. I had primed this with spray can primer first and then painted the regular primer over it and just pulled right off. Okay, we got 100 on there. So we need 25 of the 9234. It's a good thing I got a new can of this. I want to dry a little faster. I went 4 grams over 29. This ain't aerospace, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Thing. If we got leftover resin, we'll back up that other mold. And we might. Now, he said that he leaves his vacuum pump on until the stuff is cured. I can't leave my vacuum pump on for 24 hours. No way. That Harbor Freight thing would burn up in a heartbeat. So I'm going to have to pull the vacuum, shut it off, keep watching it, pull it when it goes down. I'll babysit it until midnight. That should be mixed good enough. Now, when I lay these up on the other side, I'm going to wet the carbon first with a roller on Teflon, and then stick it in. But for this, I need quite a bit of resin. I don't need to take the resin out of it. I need it completely saturated, very very good, because this thing has to be stiff. Okay. You bitch. Okay, so now comes the carbon layer. Of course, you got your hands full and got a nose itch. Real. You know what I didn't do? I didn't put the toe on it. Crap. I gotta have the toe on there. What happened to the toe? So we'll pull this back. We got plenty of time. Here's the toe. I bought a pick set too, and I don't know what happened to it. You know, I'm about had it with this roll of toe. I'm gonna open up that other one, the new one. This was a bargain basement bag of krill of toe that I got, and it was cut with a razor, and it didn't come off the roll right. I mean, the price was right, but if it don't work, it don't work. I wish there was a way to restart this, but there's not. And it's getting hot up here. There we go. We got her back now. We got her now. Still acting like an idiot. There we go. 12,000 little hairs can go any which way they want. Like right there, tangled up again. Come on, you. Must be Chinese. There it is. Has to be Chinese. Just has to be. Okay, scissors. Where are they? We'll pick up the mess after. Get some more gloves. Fortunately for me, this epoxy takes a few hours to cure. The reason why it gets this toe around it, so it gives a nice sharp parting line. Remember, there's not going to be any hangout on Friday. That's Good Friday. I'll probably do a video, but Friday meetings are so sparse that we'll give it a break. There we go. So Zach is the guy. This toe wasn't so wound up. We could probably get a better job on there, but it'll be fine. We just need it for a little extra strength on the edge. Come on now, get down where you belong. Grab these. Fuck my scissors already. We're going to pull a part out of this mold, whether it works good or not, because I need to get a wing that I can reshape. Okay. I can't remember which way is which. I think it goes on that way. Nope, it goes the other way. Almost like I knew what I was doing. If I'd knew what I was doing, I'd have had that toe on there first. But it'll be fine. From what I've gathered so far with this molding stuff, it's pretty forgiving. I'm trying to get 100% saturation. If it's white, light, there's no epoxy in it. Or air bubble 1. We don't need no stinking air bubbles. Get off there. Okay. Yeah, I got an itchy eye now. Of course, my hands are full of resin. Well, I think that's going to do it. We'll get some peel ply and breather cloth on it and get the bagging on. I think that's going to be it. If not, we'll try again, but it's got to work here shortly. Okay. It's got to work shortly. I guess it don't matter if you do this in 2 pieces. Man, that's some tough shit. Yep, we ain't cutting it like that. We ain't cutting it like that. Cuts pretty good with a razor blade, though. Ah. Now this gives a matte finish so that you can re-laminate. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Now let's do some breather. Hopefully this cuts, but I doubt it. Not very good. Not very good. This sucks up all the resin, the excess. It goes in the trash, so it's one use only. right there. Is it right there? Yep, right here. I got any more than 2 takers on these perky kits? I don't think I can cover my expenses with only 2. Okay, now we need a square. Okay, this is where the valve is going to sit on right there in the corner. Now we need some fuel or some bagging stuff. What did I do with it? I must have put it in that box. I did. It's in this box right here. Yeah, I got a good deal over at Wicks today. I am happy with that. And they were happy to get rid of it. Okay. Of course, it's about 100 foot long. Yeah. Yep, about 100 foot long. It's ridiculous. Yep, got to go the other way. Oh. Yeah, couldn't make it any harder. I don't have a table that big. Shit, it's still 5 foot away. Let me cut a piece off of here. So I don't have to continue going. I'll just put it back in the bag and Okay. Man, it's super long. What a deal. But they got a big table to wind this up on. I don't have a big table to wind this up on. Yeah, we'll wind it up on the floor after the video. Oh, that's good enough right there. There we go. That's unbelievable. Okay, back in the box. A toe on the floor. All right, this thing here is a quarter turn. And it's going to sit right there. Of course. Now, I'm going to peel this off here, maybe. Get some shorty pieces on the corners. Unbelievable. Everything's sticking. Nasty. That's double tape there. Let's go ahead and do this corners, I guess. I like the tube better than this. I think the tube is going to work better. This is what we got today, so we'll make it work. As soon as I get a mold I can use, Ben. I've been working on molds. I want to mold parts. I don't want to do molds, but it doesn't seem to be cooperating with me. Okay, let's pull it down and see what it does. Well, I guess we got to plug it in. It worked good. Let's see if it holds a vacuum. Does not. So I'm going to have to set this up in the other room to run. Listen, this is the thing for hours. You can see it working here. It's sucking down the resin, or leaking one. Pulling out the resin. There it is. Yes. Absolutely. I think you're going to drive me nuts. All right, guys, I think that's the end of the video. We're going to let this set. I'm going to set this up in the other room to run. We'll leave it run for a couple of hours because it won't hold vacuum good enough to, when I shut the vacuum off, it relieves the pressure. And then I hit it again. You can see it pull down. And I'm going to do this at whatever cost. I mean, it's going to get done. So if it means I got to let this thing run and burn the pump up, well, that's the way it goes. We'll get another pump. Well, you can really feel the pressure being put on it. This resin doesn't dry very fast. It seems like it takes forever. So it looks like I got it done in 2 hours. The bell crank will be inside the wing, and a basswood square laminated into the top skin for the horn or for the wire. And I'm thinking about catching the wire on the bottom in the fuselage so that it's a suspended bell crank. Very hard to do, but I think I can do it. Because these things got to pull 10 times their weight. So if it weighs 20 ounces, which is ridiculous, that's 200. That ain't right. Let's see. I got rules around here somewhere. Let's see. 200 divided by 16. That's only 12.5 pounds. That ain't right. Let's see. Let's do it this way. 20 times 16, so 320 times 10. That ain't right either. Right. They pull 100 pounds or so. Oh, here, no, those are the plans. I don't see the rules around here. They're around somewhere. I'm going to have to make a shelf for all the extra fiberglass and nonsense I got today. I guess on the other side. Gotta have someplace to put this shit. We break it. As soon as the bags get here tomorrow, I'll pull a fuselage. I gotta have the tube type bag to do these fuselages so I can push it down in there. I'm missing a mold. I don't know where it went. You can use this 3-piece of carbon right here. I think this is going to have to be done in 3-piece, 4-piece. Maybe not. This is the bottom. This is the bottom. Everything is so sticky. Well, it looks like this can actually be done in 1 piece. If this was ready to go, well, I don't have the tube. I can't mold this until I get a tube. I can't use this flat bagging system for this. It's got to be in the tube. That's how that'll work. Let's see what the shape looks like. This will be the pattern to cut the material. Might have to make a better pattern than that one. You know what? Actually, it stayed. No, it didn't. Bleeding off. Will you put the plug in there? Yeah, I think I might have to sand it down to make it a little smaller. First one I'll do is I'll do it with the bag inside. And the next one I'll do with the plug inside if it doesn't turn out right. But this pump is going to drive me nuts, so I'm going to end this stream. I might be back later on this evening. I got resin on my phone. Not good. Please like, subscribe, and share, and use your discount code at Wicks, Stunt10. You can do that online or call in. Make sure you tell them that you saw it on Stunt Hanger. All right, fair winds, tight lines. See you later. Bye.